So hi everyone, welcome back. So I haven't recorded, I believe in a few days, like some of the things I have done, I will go over it. The reason I didn't record is that I think it didn't have much to do with maybe it didn't require too much skills. Again, I want to be respectful towards everyone, someone who may not have done anything that still requires something. But for someone like it's just about like cutting plywood panels and just applying wood screws. So I thought it's not really needed to record that, but I will go over the thing. So obviously I think the last time I recorded like installing this, so this works just fine. I will go over the some things that I would like to improve, but I don't have much idea on what to do next. So what I have done in the meantime, this is a spring that I was thinking I will apply somewhere, but you can ignore that for now. So here inside uh, these pieces, these are just like strips of plywood that I have put, like they are recessed like on all the sides, like thickness of a half-inch plywood, and I have cut a plywood panel that will just fit in here and recessed. So I have already cut that so that it's flush on the front, and I had to create notches on all four sides. I'll show you which one. So actually this is the one. I've taken it out. It fits fine. But I have taken it out because I'm like it just makes handling easier. So notches, these notches on the four sides. I mean, it's nothing complicated about that. So that's it. I have not glued it. It's just applied screws. I don't think there is any reason to glue, but you can if you want. Then on the top, uh, did I record like trimming these top pieces? I don't recollect, but if I haven't recorded, then these pieces I have cut. I still have to plane it a little bit when the time comes to put the lid on. I have to make sure that this side is like all flat. So this is what I did. I have some other pieces ready, like same thing. I have to screw at some distance because there will be another plywood panel on the middle, and I have a little bit different idea on that, meaning that that would be recessed here, so that I mean we'll come to that, like and there is one more panel on the top. If I can show that. You don't want to, okay, let me bring the camera, it's better. So that's what I have done. So these are the two pieces on both sides. If you remember, like I had applied to where the tambour rails go, like two pieces. So these are all the like the projections from those two. So I can so I am actually putting the plywood on top of those. But just to, I think those by themselves would be enough. But just to make sure that the load is little bit more distributed, I put one more plywood here at the same level, so that when it is the panel is put, it's supported on three sides. I don't need on the fourth. So that's what I did. And I have also cut the plywood panel for that, exactly the same size. Like in principle, like it will be exactly the same size, and it just happens that it's the same size. So this is the plywood panel, again 4 notches on each of those. So yeah, this is, by the way, that Baltic birch plywood, like really nice. So again, I have also like one more plywood, like roughly cut for the middle. I have not attached that yet. One thing and you may have seen, like this is a brass handle that I got. You can just put a wooden handle, but I thought like because it's a suit ID probably on the floor, if you put a wooden handle, I have to put a like, it's just more convenient to just pick it up from the floor like this. And also the fact that this moves very freely, in fact a little bit too free, if at all, like it doesn't jam at all, it's very free. And the disadvantage of is that this is quite heavy here, like the, so if I am like just releasing it, it's just going to smash down. So I'm not worried about things breaking, even though that's also a little bit worry, but more worry is like someone like pinching the fingers, especially kids around. So I'm trying to think, like, I would prefer if I can add some kind of a soft close mechanism to this. That's ideal, but I cannot think of. That's the reason I had that spring there. I don't know how to. I'm still thinking around for since a few days. Anything I can do to make it like a little bit soft close, that would be ideal. uh, this when this smashes, at least like it was making a lot of sound. So what I did was I just added some this on cabinet, that those stickies you apply, like those rubber or silicone, so that it just dampens the sound a little bit. That's what I have. So that's about it. And one more thing, like once I put this on, the balance kind of shifted slightly more towards this side. So what happened was that when I picked it up, it wasn't like holding there. It was trying like more getting like lean towards dropping off. Sometimes it got stuck. So that's like actually risky, because when you are putting your hands around and something gets disturbed and it will get smashed on the finger. So I didn't want that. So what I did was I have actually, again I will show this one. So if you can see, like that's just a piece of steel bar that I have screwed on the last piece. So what that does is that once this thing reaches that corner, that bar actually like the gravity like takes on, and the bar holds it in like in place. It doesn't it doesn't drop that easily. And everything comes at a price that is now heavy. So it's like I mean, I don't mind that. It's just I mean, the way it closes, it's actually pretty good, or rather the way it opens, it's pretty good. But the way it closes, normally you would want, like, I want someone to like hold it and drop it in place, but you cannot just release it. But you can't trust that kids will do all the time. I have a 5-year-old, so I'm actually thinking anything I could do there, I would try to. One thing I'm thinking is, like, in future, if I have to make this kind of a project, if I cannot make a soft close door, maybe it's a good idea to make something wider and have the tambour doors horizontally like rolling instead of vertical. That may be something. Like, in this space I could not do that. Probably it will take away too much space from both sides, or maybe from one side. I mean, it could have worked, but if it is like a wider thing, I think it's safer to have like these tambour doors going horizontally rather than vertically. I mean, just a thought. I don't know what are like challenges, but that's something I may do sometime in the future. So now all that is fine. So now what I'm trying to do is, by the way, I also like used my file to create like not round off, chamfer those like corners, because they are fragile. In fact, at some place when I was trying to put on the plywood, this chipped. So I applied super glue, and then once it dried, I actually chamfered the inside part also, so that it's easy, it's good to feel, and they are stronger. So that's what. Now I have to work on the lid. So normally, like, I think because these are all like panels with a plywood panel in between, like so I am pretty sure this would look like really nice if I make the lid in the similar way, like with 4 mortise and tenon joints and a plywood in between. And it will also make the lid slightly lighter, I think. And I would have done that. But I have decided to go with like a straight, like a solid wood panel. Not because it makes the work any easier. I would be more than happy to chop more mortise and tenon joints. But the only reason I have decided to go for that is because this is a shoot ID again. I'm pretty sure like someone would like just sit on it and put on the shoes or something like that. So basically it may be used as a stool or a chair kind of a thing. If it has a smooth surface, it's just more comfortable. And kids around, my kid, he just climbs on anything he can find on. So he's going to climb on it all the time. So that's just solid wood panel is better. Not that it makes my work any easier. I mean, I guess it is easier than making those joints, because I just have to dimension the wood, laminate it, and then work on it. And then I have bought some couple of hinges, brass hinges, So I'll be hinging those like after that panel is done. And then because it's a solid wood panel, like again I have to, like this thing opens like this, so it's going to drop and smash on the fingers. I don't want that. So I will be applying, like I have not bought yet, so I will be using some gas struts to have a controlled motion of the lid. So that's what I am going to work on next. So I will leave this one at that. Let me get back to the table now. So I have like rough cut a few pieces of cherry. Uh, Again, this is for me. I'm starting with 29 inches length, and I have like three of these, and one is like wider. So my idea is that I want 1 inch overhang on each of the sides. So this one end to end is 26 and a quarter right now. So if I add 2 inches to that, 28 and a quarter, so this being 29, I have some room. So that's where I'm going towards, and I will have it like 7 by 8 inch thing. I could do it 3 by 4, but I don't want to waste that much. So this is now, these are all like 1 inch thick stock, or maybe a 16th over that. So I have to dimension these. I could, again, probably I will I'll see, like I may decide to resaw those, but I am going to hand plane each, like the one of the sides, like to start with on all of these, and the other side let me start with something. That's what I mean basically, like at least one of those, maybe more, I'm going to completely dimension by hand. That's what I'm trying to say. So let me start to dimension one. I am not choosing anything, like out of the three pieces I am not trying to choose which one is maybe easier or not. I just randomly picked up one of these. My goal is to now hand plane one side, make it fully flat. That's what we do with like so let me start with hand planing this side. Actually this side has a couple of dents. Good that I saw it. So I will just start with this side then, because if I have to, I can thickness it from the other side. So let me make it smooth from this side. So this is my 5.5. I don't recollect like when I last sharpened this. I'll see. So what I am doing is like I've not started using winding sticks. I'm not looking at any twists as of now, but I'm just trying to like smoothen the surface, and then I will go towards my winding sticks and all. That's I will leave it at that for now. I will jump to my winding sticks, so that sticks, because now like this is somewhat plain, not fully plain. I may have to sharpen my hand plane actually. So what I'm trying to look at is gauge an idea of how twisted this board is. Actually, there is no twist on this to this, but doesn't mean there won't be here. There isn't actually. So this one doesn't have twist on this side, which means I just need to smoothen this a little bit more and it should be good. The board is not flat. That's why I'm doing it's. I want to make it smooth, but it doesn't have twists. But it's slightly like it has a belly. I think there is a belly at the center also. So this is what we normally do. So yeah, I can see light here. So center I don't see light. Same thing. So there is like there was a belly like this. Now there is definitely a belly this way also. So that belly is no more there. So this is my 4.5. What I will do is try to take a thinner like a shaving all the way. So I will back my iron a little bit so that it takes nothing. Then I will try to advance. Little bit more. Little bit more. It's like I want to take those onion skins actually. That's it, like thin shaving, and just feels way nicer to the hands. And so this side is flat. I will choose the side that I want, like the edge. That's pretty good. And now, by the way, I don't need this to be like exactly square right now, because eventually, because they will be laminated, so I will have to come back and do this again. But this is just a practice we follow. So I'm marking the face and the face edge. So I have two sides now that are marked. What this will help me with is I need this to be 7 by 8 inch. I hope I won't need this mortise. Normally, like it is advisable to have, like whenever we have so many mortises, these pins are set for that mortise thing. So you set one and keep it aside for the duration of the project. But I'm not doing that right now because I am pretty sure I don't have to do any more mortise and tenon joints. So I will take the chance. Let me set it to, if I'm lucky, it will be 7 by 8 inches already, which it is not. This is 7 by 8 inch. I'll tighten this. So double checking again. Not a critical measurement thing here and there. That's fine. The idea is that I want to mark this like to resaw it to thickness. That's the thing. This is what we normally do, like when we are doing this thicknessing, dimensioning by hand. Like two sides we have already, like one face and the face edge is ready. So I'm registering off that face to mark this. I will do it on all 4 sides. This side is very rough, but even then it's this is a guideline for me to help me like thickness this. I don't want to go below this so now that I have like all the four sides marked, how much I have to thickness? It's 1/8 plus 1/16. It's like 3/16. I will do that by hand. That's the whole point. Like I'm trying to do that. So what do? I bring up my, I'm just checking like which way I could try. Let me try this way. It seems like relatively straight grained, but a lot of times it doesn't matter if when I'm taking a lot of material. So in order to like normally prevent any breakout, I'll take the corners close to my gauge line, but I still want to be able to see my gauge line. I'm liking this, my new rebate plane a lot. Not rebate plane, sorry, scrub plane. Yeah, other than the fact that this has reduced the amount of material I have to plane now, the chamfers help. Like if I decide to traverse this way, which I'm going to do, it's not going to break out from those sides. Or can't explain how nice it felt, how pleasurable it was. It was so smooth, so easy on my on me. I haven't sharpened again after the first this thing, so it was very easy on my hands. And like someday I'm planning to prepare like an antique furniture, something like that. When I do this, I don't know how much of this comes on the camera. I really like the feel of it and this pattern. Let me show you. Not sure like it, how much of it is like this part. I really like the feel of it. It gives that rustic look. So like an outdoor picnic table or something like that, maybe. This is actually a good idea to have. That much I haven't used this technique too often, so I don't want to accidentally take more than I need. But even though I think I could traverse a little bit more and it will considerably reduce the thickness, but I'll just go along the grain. Very nice feeling, and it's rapidly taking down the, I can again, so basically I have almost got rid of this undulation, and by going this way I think it's safe to traverse one more time. Very nice. Now, if norm like this is my scrub plane, so I'm enjoying it, so I'm trying this more. But normally, like if let's say I keep doing this all the time, I would prefer like my wooden jack plane. That's so easy on the hands. Also, like the next step would be that one before I go to my smoothing, or like the bigger my smoothing or 5, or like my metal jack plane. But the only like potential drawback, which is not at all like a deal breaker for me, is the fact that I have to hold it this way, because this is meant to be a rabbet plane. It's the whole reason why Paul Sellers gave the idea of to make this a good scrub plane is because the regular vintage scrub planes, of course the new ones, Lee Nelson and all, are so expensive. So this is his way of giving back, like through a simple, like these are readily available. I think new ones are also decent enough to make a scrub plane that is equally good, like almost equally good, I would say, because a good handle probably would make it like the best. I will stop there with my scrub plane. I'm getting carried away. So now let me go to my jack plane, but I have to increase the set because there is a lot of like undulation. If I don't increase the set, I will be going all day. So even a little bit more just to get. Now the scrub plane was taking a lot of material, so not necessarily it was going all with the grain, even though I feel like that was mostly with grain. Let me try this side. Now this is getting really to the smooth level. There still can feel a little bit of like the surface is still like a little bit of convex, because I'm still like 16th away from the line, but it's mostly parallel, which means in principle if I am accurate, I don't need to use winding stakes or check anything else here. But I was trying the same technique, but this is a 5.5. Traversing is like when we go diagonally or like across is much more like difficult, because it provides more resistance. Because I started, I'm just completing that pass. That's it. I am getting a good workout. So now I am like very, very close to that line. Now I will take out the set, like, or back of my plane iron rather. That's it. Now I had like used winding sticks on the other side. So this side, because I went like I used a marking gauge and planed to that line, I should not require, but I will still use it just to gauge my work. More than anything, it's not really needed. This is perfect, and I'm not lying. So I'll leave this space. I don't need to. So this is all thicknessed, ready. This piece, this side is not done. I don't care about that because eventually it will be laminated. So yeah, I will continue with the other two pieces. I'm already like sweating. It's a cold weather. I have my jacket on, but I'm already sweating. Very nice way to get a workout and have a lot of fun. It's almost like 10 in the night. So I'll come back tomorrow. I may decide to do like one more this way. Pretty sure. Or maybe if I'm not in a mood, I may put it through my planer. I will not put it through my planer. Actually, I mean, I may just, I'll definitely plane one side. Then the other side, I may just resaw it instead of using my scrub plane. Resaw on the bandsaw and then smoothen it. Likely, I may do that. So yeah. So I'll be tomorrow. I'll be laminating the board and then we can work on the hinges, hinging the lid. Yeah, fun. See you again.